So I just watched the Five Nights at Freddy movie, and I gotta say, the Hunger Games guy was low-key fire in it. But I didn't really get what was going on because I have never really played a Five Nights at Freddy's game before. And I know what you're all saying. Wow, that is depressing. And yes, you're right. But what's more depressing is getting stuffed into an animatronic. And today that will definitely not happen because I'm going to be getting all of the trophies for Five Nights at Freddy and the Platinum. The game only has 10 trophies included within it, and 7 of those are for surviving the 7 nights in the game. The other 3 are for getting jump scared once, and then some night-specific tasks on nights 4 and 5. I was gonna make this video in September before the movie came out, but I gave up since I was afraid of the scary animatronics. But I did get 2 trophies back then, so that's what we are starting with today. Night 1 is supposed to be the easiest night of all in the game, and it pretty much is.
Nice.
The night begins with a radio guy telling you all about your new job and all that good stuff, and more importantly, to keep your eyes on the animatronics because they like to get a little active during the nighttime. Now, I was feeling myself, and not in a sexual way, so I decided to not really look at the cameras much and sort of just sit there because I thought that nothing bad could ever happen on the first night. And not once did I ever take a little peek or glimpse over at Foxy on his stage. And right before it was about to turn to 6 a.m. and be over, that orange demon spawn just ruined my soul. In fact, it left my body right here. And honestly, that was okay because that was a canon event that had to happen in order to prepare me for the future of this game. So now that my eyes have been opened, probably literally by Foxy and whatever he likes to do with humans, I was fully utilizing all of my resources in the game. And on my next try, I finished night 1 without pooping my pants again. And this is officially the furthest I've ever made it in Five Nights at Freddy's. One night. Yes, that is sad. That and the jump scare trophy are the 2 I got like a month ago, so now it is all uncharted territory. So it's the second night now, and this is where it gets a little bit harder, but it's honestly pretty similar to the first night. The only real difference I noticed is Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are all a little bit more mobile, I guess. They must have popped a 5-hour energy or something, which actually, those don't work, and I took one time and it was extremely disappointing. So now I know how my father feels about me. It's the same way I feel about 5-hour energy. But anyways, back to the game. The only thing that even happened on the second night to me was Bonnie tried to give me a little smooch, and she even tried twice. And that was it. So I'm officially convinced this game has a tad bit or even maybe a lot of luck and RNG in it. So now it's night 3 and this is when everybody is available to move, meaning that all 4 animatronics can now do something. Before, I'm pretty sure Freddy couldn't, or at least it was super rare. Anyways, when the clock struck 1 a.m., Chica showed up outside the office and I flashed her. Not like that. But I didn't close the door in time and found out a new thing about this game I didn't know previously. You can actually get locked out of using the doors and lights if you aren't quick enough when one of Bonnie or Chica shows up. I also found out that if you go into your tablet when this happens, you will get completely and utterly jump scared out of your mind. In fact, I think these are the only real scary jump scares, to be honest. Because if you're moving super fast in the game and don't catch this, it can actually mess you up pretty badly. Anyways, we reset night 3 and I've come to the conclusion that night 3 just has Chica go crazy. So I'm guessing it was probably her time of the month since she instantly spawned in the restroom. This is awkward and I really don't like that slutty look she's giving me right now. I just might punch. I was also scared of them by this point, so I ended up developing a bad strategy of just dropping my doors no matter what if I saw animatronic and my camera outside the office, which I would come to learn that is completely not what you need to do at all, and it's just a big waste of power. Also, on this same night, I got my first encounter with Foxy's running career. I guess he was a track star in a previous life, and I didn't pay attention to him again, and he indeed did run for the races. Thankfully, I was being a sissy lala, and I already had my door down to begin with. But that son of a bitch thought it was funny to torture me, and he came back again right at the end when it was 5 a.m. and ruined my day once more. And then I lucked out at the end and finished night 3 with only around 2% power or something stupid like that. Night 4. Oh boy, this is when it's fully going and everyone just moves more than before, pretty much. You have to spend even more time and care watching both Freddy and Foxy this time. But still, it's pretty similar to night 3 to be honest, and I don't know how, but I did it first try and really didn't see much of anyone. So I think I must have lucked out or something here because it was considerably easier than the night previously. Sadly, Foxy did run one time, so I missed out on that trophy, which I wasn't aware of when playing because I was so focused in on not getting stuffed like a turkey. So we are already on night 5 of the game, which isn't even the last night, and this kind of made me mad because it's called Five Nights at Freddy's, not Five Nights at Freddy's with the added on overtime if you want to die inside. So I think if the marketing was a little different, this would have helped my sanity, but night 5 was much harder than the last few. This is mostly due to Freddy's upped movement, and he is very difficult to beat once you let him get to your office door. And he jump scared me not once, but twice on this night, and one was when I ran out of power at 5 a.m., and I obviously didn't make it. I also got passed around by Foxy and Chica a little bit, and I can now not relate to your sister and when the entire football team ran a train on her. But when I did finish night 5, however, I got the trophy, obviously. But I also did such a good job at monitoring Freddy that he didn't reach my office door one time, and that night-specific trophy popped also. So now I have to go do night 6 and the hardest difficulty night 7 trophies, and we are pretty much done. That sounds a lot easier than it is, however. Night 6 is the last normal night, you could say. It's the overtime night for those who want to try and get out of the hood a little bit earlier than everybody else, and really just put in that extra work on the job. On my first try at night 6, I basically immediately failed and got locked out of my left door at 2 a.m., and a few moments later, Foxy ran up on me. On my next try, I made it all the way to 5 a.m. and was literally just playing with Chica for whatever reason. I don't know what the hell I was trying to accomplish with her, but in the middle of our date, that guy Foxy just showed up again and ruined it all. And then he did it again on the next try. So me and Foxy officially have major levels of beef now. So I made sure he wouldn't get me again. And on the next try, I did just that. But instead, Bonnie gave me a smooch this time. I also had super bad power usage on this night because I used the camera so much more than I needed to. And it got to the point where I just had to sit there or else I wouldn't make it no matter what. And I had only 25% power at 3 a.m. So it was pretty much a lost cause anyway. But Foxy jumped my ass once more. I might become an animatronic, but at least I know my boy Foxy is a real one and loves to spend time with me.
That's what I'm saying.
Next try, I ran out of power again, and this time it was at 4 a.m., and obviously, that just won't do, and Freddy made an appearance finally after not getting much screen time. I really began to feel like Sisyphus, however, with this game because Foxy just kept on getting me, and I did the same thing with losing power at 4 a.m., which had Freddy return again. And then I had that one run where it just went good for once, and I used my power pretty godlike if I would say so. And it ran out like 3 seconds before 6 a.m., which allowed me to beat night 6 and get the trophy. So we have one more night to do, night 7. This is the custom night where you can change the difficulty level for all of the animatronics. And since I make wondrous platinum trophy videos, I had to do every single one on difficulty 20, which the creator of the game claimed to be impossible when this first released. There is a very distinct strategy for this night called the Big Bugs method, and I found out right away that you pretty much need to do it or else you will never beat the game. I died like 30 seconds after starting night 7, so that was great. I then tried to figure out the method and was practicing it a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I sucked at it to begin with, like I was just failing horribly. I also did it a bit wrong once I figured it out and was using way too much power because I kept leaving a door closed, which I shouldn't have, which led to me running out of power at 4 a.m. and giving me the false hope that I could have won there when it was never an option. And I'm not gonna lie, I sort of did one of those celebrate too early moments and it was just sad. So seeing that I ran out of power even though I did what I thought was right, I rewatched some tutorials and realized that I had to leave both doors open at all times except for when checking my cameras and if Bonnie or Chica made a guest appearance in this damnationed world. And I was not very good at the real strategy, which led me to get constantly jump scared by Freddy over and over again. And that torment lasted for like half an hour of me constantly getting jumped and having to restart. And it's sad to say that I was actually happy when Bonnie showed up and got me instead, just so I could feel something different for once. I also developed a bad habit of pausing the game to watch Markiplier do it and try and make sure I was doing the steps right for the method.
The Ku Klux Klan.
I wasn't. I was definitely not. But I did manage to get my first locked out jump scare with Chica, so that's something different, I guess. And I got my first Foxy jump scare, which was nice because I started to forget he even existed. Anyways, this continued on for around an hour of me just failing over and over, but I started to get better at the method and made it to 5 a.m. multiple times, but you can't give up at the finish because you just won't even finish in this game, and Foxy yet again ruined my life. Also, I thought you could stop moving at 5% when running out of power and be fine, when it was really 4% that was the magic number. So that ruined quite a few of these runs also, leading me to get jump scared over and over. So much so to the point where I wasn't even playing with my headphones on anymore. Because you honestly don't need to listen to the sounds because they move so fast in the game anyway. It doesn't necessarily help you. If anything, for me, it made it worse because I was constantly getting ear-ripped by Freddy's dumbass over and over. Another thing that kept happening was I was getting locked out of my left door with Bonnie. And that basically means you're just screwed no matter what because Foxy will eventually just run at you if you don't pull up your cameras for Bonnie to get that confirmed kill instead. I actually had to take a break, however, while doing this method because the camera switching on console is so bright it just flashbangs your eyes over and over. And this isn't a joke when I say that. People who have epilepsy or are just sensitive to flashing lights would actually be at health risk doing this method of gameplay.
Oh my god!
Thankfully, I'm genetically blessed, so I returned a few moments after stopping playing to give this night 7 crap a go again. And I don't know what happened, but something in me snapped, and I was on Godspeed with these runs. My first try back, I made it all the way to 5 a.m. and did the 4% stop moving strategy. Sadly, I was a bit low on power and didn't check on Foxy enough times, so his balls glazed over my face. But it's okay, I made it pretty far. And on my next few attempts, Freddy, he got me, so maybe it was beginner's luck. But on my next attempt, I made it all the way to nearing 6 a.m., and then I got caught by Bonnie again, so yeah. Anyways, after Foxy blue balled me again, I had another insane run and made it all the way again to the glorious 5 a.m. And I had never been so excited to be up so early in the day. So yeah, Foxy, he got me. That hurt my soul because I actually thought I had it there, but that son of a bitch, he ruined it again.
Are you crying, bro?
No, bro, I'm good, bro. I swear to God.
On my next attempt, I also dropped the ball again, and Freddy hurt me inside. But then it finally happened on whatever attempt, I don't even know the number. And I played this round with such absolute precision and godlike reflexes, it should probably go up on somebody's fridge. I don't know how you put this on a fridge, but someone needs to figure it out because this run was literally perfect. And it was so good, in fact, that I nearly had enough power to just push me to 6 AM anyways, because I landed at 4% and accidentally still had a door down, which was the biggest possible oopsie I did all game. Thankfully, it turned out to be okay because once that power flicked off and Freddy's dumbass song started to play, we listened in absolute and utter agonizing pain. Freddy Fazbear edged me on night 7, but nothing was stopping me from getting that trophy, and that's exactly what I did. Night 7, 420 difficulty is now complete, and I have officially beaten the game about furries stealing kids. This is the official peak of my life. I'm not sure what that says about me. So anyways, I lost it when I won, and I nearly cried from happiness. Just kidding, I don't cry, I'm a man. I still needed to get one more trophy though, and it actually turned out to be super annoying. You know, you think after beating the absolute hardest level in the game, I could just go waltz on back and replay 4 nights easily. But somehow this took me like 2 more hours to get, and I ended up messing night 4 up and somehow beating it, but Foxy, I guess, ran at the very end off camera, and the trophy didn't pop. So I was quite mad, and honestly a bit depressed when that happened. So much so that I decided it was time to take my daily resting hours, or what normal people call sleep, and then I woke up this morning and immediately hopped on the game to replay the first 4 nights again and finally do this trophy. I ended up getting it first try because I did an altered version of the big bugs method on night 7, but instead of closing the door each time, I just checked my cameras like crazy, and I sneaked through night 4 without any trouble at all, and without that son of a bitch Foxy making a move and trying to join the track team. So with that trophy pop, we got all 10 trophies, and I'm not really sure why, but the version of Five Nights At Freddy's I played didn't have a platinum trophy, and I don't think it was a DLC either, it's just a game. So I just got all 10 trophies for the 100% completion of the game, and I'm still calling this the platinum trophy or whatever for this video, because Five Nights At Freddy's was still quite hard, and I feel accomplished no matter what. But if you guys want to see me do other Five Nights At Freddy's games in the future, and actually get platinum trophies on them, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more.